My name is Teslim Tunjibelo. I'm an entrepreneur and the CEO at SwooshNG. At SwooshNG, we give you quick access to logistics service ranging from dispatch service, international shipment, interstate deliveries, all this service, right? So imagine a platform where you need a logistics service, you just go into and get access to any of these services. We started business in 2020 and from 2020 down to 2023, we're doing business the conventional way where, people just message on WhatsApp, people come to the office, they process shipments, they pull costs through and all of that, right? But in 2023, Q4 2023, we saw the need to build the all-in-one platform where instead of, calling customer service, operations, having things, scattered and all of that, we decided to uniform these things and make individuals automate these things actually. So right, from the comfort of your home, people can actually process shipments. From the comfort of your shop, your office, you can actually process and get access to all of these things. And in building these products, but it wasn't easy, right? Because as at that time I had zero to no knowledge about, how to navigate my way around building a tech product. And, not until I found Conclase, right? I had a conversation with, the CEO and, he puts me through on how to go about it. And, we got our first set of developers from Conclase and, it's been quite amazing. Since then, we still have them on the team. We still build together and the experience has been amazing. And I'm also impressed, to see how people join Conclase with, zero knowledge and, they come out to build something great. It's a great thing. And I think it's something that, we really need in Nigeria at this point, right? To empower people with the right skill in order for you to earn a living, right? So the relationship with Conclase has been positive and, it definitely hope for more, right? If you're building a product or you want to build a product, you really don't know how to go about it. Conclase has got everything you need, right? They have product designer, a product manager, right? So you might be skeptical that, these guys are intern, right? Probably, they got to learn these things in 6 months. How would they, handle things and all of that, right? I was also there, right? I had that fear, but, working with these guys, right? Looking at how well trained they are, right? And how well they navigate things and even handle things has been quite amazing, right? This is even beyond, they don't even see it as work, right? The funny thing is, because at the moment we have about 4 guys from the academy, and at the moment, working with these guys has been quite different, right? They are builders, right? So Conclase Academy are not just, it's not just, empowering people with skill, but they are also building people, impacting that, or imposing that, that professional skills in them and not just the tech skills, right? So I wish Conclase Academy the best and the transition into StacStart, right? And I'm very sure they'll keep up with the good work.